All right, so we are back. I got a note or an email that Chris had done some review of our push. So let's see what he had to say. Do pull requests. All right, so let's look at the review. Small fixes. Actually, spoiler, I've already looked at all these. They're actually really great suggestions. I'm super excited that he found some of the like bugs and stuff that he did. We'll just go through these real quick. Um, this was a great catch. We're checking to see if an item exists by checking get item, which is a real dumb thing to do because we have test path in PowerShell, which is exactly what this is for. So we'll go ahead and swap that out. Um, you had an issue with the way we are doing our provider name if it's null, since it's here. Let's look at the actual code. So since it's a mandatory parameter, if we run, trying to remember to keep all my windows centered, so I have to do less like post editing. Repos detection lab. If we run build.ps1 with like no parameters, it's going to prompt us for the provider name. And if we put in something false or whatever, it's going to like bomb out. So what we actually we'll revisit this. I have a couple ideas, but his issue is, if you supply a blank provider, that we go through that, workflow where it just errors out, and he would rather see if an invalid provider was provided, that you get a list and a menu. And we actually built all that out. We just aren't using it. Or maybe I removed it. Let's see. It was one of the functions in here. Yeah, list providers. So we have this whole like function in here that uh, uh, find all references. Yeah, so we're not really actually getting to this point because the parameter is catching it beforehand. So easy fix. That shouldn't be too difficult. Uh, yeah, this is a weird catch on his part. So he's using Commander as his terminal, which is like a Electron-based, pretty command prompt thing. And when he runs Vagrant status, it returns not underscore created versus not created, like not space created. So yeah, like regular PowerShell gives you not created, Commander gets not underscore created. So we'll change that so that gets fixed. Uh, this, I think this is not an issue. Uh, I think we're doing logic a little bit differently. Uh, let's take a look. Oh, actually, yes, that is totally correct. Good catch. Yeah, it should not be VMware. It should be VMware Workstation. He is absolutely right. Um, uh, this are pre-flight checks where we're checking if Packer's installed and stuff like that. Let's go pre-flight checks. So this is where we're checking if Packer's installed, Vagrant, checking to see if we have our boxes, stuff like that. This should only be run, the Packer instance should only be run. Wait, that should already be fixed. Oh, that's a different check. Okay, so we are. Let's see. This might be a non-issue. Uh, where do we check for the bad Packer version? Let's get back to our pre-flight checks. Checking for vagrant, blah, blah, blah. Checking for backpacker version. Okay, so again, absolutely right. This should be encased in the same thing we're doing up here. If it's a vagrant only build and we're not actually building the boxes, then we don't care about Packer, so we can skip that check. Another great catch on his part, we're using get file hash here once we download all of the boxes. Build checks, get file hash. And then we're just tossing it to this variable and then checking to see if it's equal. The thing about get file hash, let's bring that back up. Get file hash, we'll just do like build.ps1. So it actually returns an object like everything else in PowerShell, and just comparing that object to the string, the win10 hash that we're expecting, that isn't going to work. What we actually need to compare is like the object's hash. So like it points out here, this is solved by just calling the hash property directly. Easy fix. What? Attempting to bring up logger host using Vagrant. The provider VMware could not be found, but was requested by the machine logger. Please use a provider that exists. So I guess here where we're actually doing the Vagrant up, let's take a look at how we're doing this. That doesn't make any sense. We're not calling wait. We're not calling provide. Oh, this is a function. Let's see what we're doing in this function. Go to definition. Okay, that's where we're passing in our provider. So this actually should not be provider. I think it needs to be provider name. So we did this trick earlier. Why do we swap that out? Where are we actually using provider versus provider name? Okay, so we're using it for like naming and building Packer path build only provider ISO. I wonder, let's look at the original script, because in his functions, he was doing a lot of cases where he was taking provider and changing it. And I was trying to get around that. So provider, if provider equals VM Fusion. Yeah, so like right here, he's changing provider between VM Fusion and VMware. Okay, so that's right. I'm doing the same here. It's all the stuff with the boxes and Packer that looks like it needs, instead of the full VMware underscore workstation, it's just looking for the string VMware. Let's see, how do we want to do that? Because I don't like going through here and like recasting variables. And we tried to get around that up at the top here. Okay, so this would be an easy fix. Basically what we'll do here, else do we use provider? I think it's just for the box definitions, right? Provider ISO, provider box, and then that's where we're... Okay, so this will need to be fixed. So we can rename, since we only need these short strings for the packer calls, I think I'm actually just going to rename this variable to like packer provider and then make sure that we're referencing provider name for everything else. I think that's going to work, and that's going to help this variable make more sense. I think that's the last of it. I think those are all the fixes that he came back to us with. So some really great catches. Like this was a good review. He found a lot of good stuff. There's a couple more here actually. Yeah, I had a typo. It's actually detection lab, not deployment lab. And again, apparently I was stuck on calling this deployment lab. All right, so let's start at the top and we'll just start working our way down. So let's fix this deployment lab typo real quick. Deployment lab. Oh, there are 4 instances of this. Call that detection lab. Wow. Attention to detail, maybe not my like strong suit. Detection lab. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, you know what? Before we do this, I know there's been... Shit, I actually don't know what the best way to handle this is. Because there's been a lot of updates to master since we built this pull request. So if we actually go to like my original my repo, let's take a look here. So you can see, let's go to Windows build. Yeah, so we're like 3 commits behind the master branch. I don't, because we're working on our own file and nothing else, it's a brand new file, then I don't think this is an issue because none of these commits will be our like I am so confused by this. So he merged master into Windows build. Did he merge into my repo or my branch? Like, I don't think that's possible, right? That can't be possible. All right, here's what we're going to do. Let's get bash, enter my passphrase. Let's make our font a little bit bigger. Great. Go to repos detection lab. Let's just do get status. Your branch is up to date with Origin Windows build. So that's going to be my repo. All right, you know what? We'll just run with this. I think we're fine. We'll find out. Okay, so we have updated our names. Let's go ahead and be good citizens and actually like do individual commits for each fix, or at least try to. Git add build.ps1, git commit s deployment lab detection. GG. All right. Next thing we need to do, going down our list. All right, we already did that. We did that. All right. This should use test path. Absolutely correct. What was that? Get file. It's going to be. Oh, get child item. Yeah. What on earth did I do? Get item. I actually don't even know what that does. I mean, I guess it gets an item, right? Like that seems logical. All right. If not, test path. Packer not found at packer path. Rerun the script using great. Nice. All right, so that's fixed. Do I have to git add again? Sure. Git commit change get item to test item. All right, next up. It's not test item, it's test path, but I'm sure, I don't even, test item isn't a thing, right? Correct. It is not a thing. Ooh, test WS man is, though. That's cool. All right, focus. Blank provider. We can do this better. So if provider name equals null, let's do this. So since we want to catch the provider name, we actually can't use mandatory here. We can use valid set. That will still work, but mandatory will not. And then so before we do this is where we're going to actually have to check the provider name. So how do we want to do this? We need our list menu or list providers function. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to move all of this beneath the functions. That way they're all defined and everybody's happy. Function move, blah, 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 download. All right, let's do this. If provider name equals. I take it back. I want to move these variables up. I don't like having global variables like buried somewhere in the script. I always like having those relatively early in the script so they're easy to find. Oops. Okay. There we go. If provider name equals null, we'll run list providers, and then we'll run this. Let's go to list providers. So let's do this. We're going to wrap this in a while loop. And actually, we're just going to copy this. Move this up here. Take that out. Do that and that. Okay, so we're checking. And we're saying while the provider name is not equal to VirtualBox or VM workstation, we're going to prompt which provider would you like to use. And they're going to enter a provider name, and we're going to check if it's equal to VirtualBox or VM workstation. And if it's not, we write an error. The problem with this is they could specify, like, say, for example, they don't have VM workstation installed. They could still specify, we won't print it as an option, but they could still specify that that string. Do we account for like that much? Like, are we going to spend a lot of time trying to protect the user from themselves, or do we just, like, instead of error handling, we just rely on common sense? Because I could write this, we could rewrite this function so that it's checking to make sure provider name is equal to something that's actually installed. Let's think about that a bit. So what would my while loop look like? While provider name is not equal. So we could toss an if, right? So we could toss another if. So if provider name equals VirtualBox and not check VirtualBox installed. Is that one too many? No, we're good. Then we could write error like, hey, you specified VirtualBox, but VirtualBox isn't installed. That's easy enough. Provider name is not installed. Let's just do another if statement here. If provider equals VMware workstation and not check VMware workstation installed. So we could combine these, right? Because we're printing out the same error message, but then we'd have this like incredibly long if statement. It'd be what would we do? We'd have to do an or here, like or. I don't even know if that's valid. PowerShell, we'll find out. We'll need that, right? I think that works. Yeah, I think that works. Let's check this out, right? so let's run build.ps1. Oh, there was another issue I don't think we talked about that we'll have to cover too. He had mentioned the thing that was pissing me off deploying the script, where I ended up in weird directories based off where it errored out. He wanted to see if maybe we could fix that, and I think we can. All right, so this is gonna, let's kill that. Let's do verbose. The term. The heck it isn't. Oh, see, hey, that thing where I was literally just talking about. CD backslash. All right. Why is it running pre-flight checks? It should not. What do we screw up? All right, so it's going through here, pre-flight, move boxes. None of this is running. These are all functions, right? If provider name equals null. Let's debug this. Oh, crud. Okay, so is equal to null, or provider name is equal to that. That should be good. All right. Let's save that. Let's try this again. Oh no, we've gone too far. You suck. Wait. Checking VM. Checking VM plugin. That actually, that is what it's supposed to be doing. Absolutely right. Why did it not print anything out? I mean, it printed this out, right? Which is, you know, what we're looking for. And actually, if we do ASDF, if we do VMware workstation, why didn't that work? Okay, we've got some problems going on here. I am really sorry if you just heard me drinking on mic. That'd probably be pretty gross. But my coffee's getting cold. All right. The heck are we doing here? Go to definition. It should, oh, because we're using write output. We had that issue before because we're nested too deep or something, so write output isn't working for us. Actually, write output is going to return a bunch of stuff that we don't want. So let's go ahead and fix that. Fix that. Write error, redose, write error. Okay, so what's going on here? At least for the reason that stuff isn't printing, right? Is using write output would cause this function to return this text. It wouldn't print it out to screen. It just returns it as part of the function. So that actually serves two problems. One, it doesn't print out the prompts that we wanted. And then two, when we actually use this script, references. So provider name, oh, I don't know what I did. But provider name there. Where we at? Yeah. This would get not just, VMware underscore workstation, but it would get, the available boxes or available providers like text and all that text that we were creating during that. So I'm curious if any of our write output is actually going to work. That might be a new bug. Okay, so one thing at a time, right? We fixed our write host stuff. So let's rerun this. Cancel out, CLS, and let's see how this works. Okay, available providers. Which provider would you like to use? So VMware Workstation. VirtualBox. Why? Let's stop this. Let's get back to debugging. Man, I wish I could make this console bigger. Wait, didn't I solve this recently? I think I solved it like in the class I was given. Hey, there we go. It's all big. And now this is way too big. Edit. Go. File. Preferences. Settings. Okay. Let's decrease this a bit. Font size. I don't know. Like numpad. 16? That's like a normal font size, I think. I don't know. I've been increasing the font size on like everything lately. I think I'm like going blind. Old age is catching up with me. Let's see. Control plus. Yeah, that looks okay, I guess. Leave it like that for now. All right. Let's debug. Where do I want to set my breakpoint? With the list providers function. Specifically, where's our read host? There we go. Set our breakpoint. All right. Oh, okay. Let's step over. Step over. Are we at a breakpoint again? We should be, right? $394. We should be at 157. Did you just totally like? All right, you totally broke. Let's restart you. Let's stop this. Let's remove our breakpoint at 394 and rerun this. It's not doing anything. Actually, yeah, where's my little like stop buttons and stuff? Ooh, PowerShell file with args prompt. Nice. How do I? All right. I think I have somehow sent VS Code into limbo. Can you stop debugging? Okay, let's go ahead and close you and restart. All right, try that again. Code, not vode. That's not a word. All right, let's try this again. Do we still have our breakpoints? All right, that one's disabled. Actually, we can just let's go back here. All right, we are launching with prompt. Oh, that's super cool. So we can do like verbose, I think. Nice. That's pretty slick. I really need to play with debugging more. Man, that Vagrant plugin check takes forever. I can't help but think that something has gone wrong. Okay, so let's look at our list packages again. We'll see what happens if we just let this run, or list providers. Okay, so that would be right. If or if provider name not equal, what was the error that we were getting? Please choose a valid provider. So is it NE or NEQ? All right, this is busted. All right, may have to bust out a new tool that I learned about recently. But first, test any test two, test D1. Okay, so NEQ is not valid. Okay, so it is NE. That should work. Here's what we're going to do. This is something I actually learned about recently at my PowerShell class. I taught myself something, and everybody benefited. Let's go back to list providers. And we are going to set a breakpoint right here. We're going to actually do that with write debug provider name equals provider name. And let's change these to double quotes so our variable expands. All right, write debug is so cool. It's like my favorite new trick. So let's go ahead and clear that, and we'll rerun our build script, this time with verbose and debug. All right, so now when we enter, I don't know, VirtualBox. So we go into this debug block, right? And we can actually suspend the process. And now we're in the process, I think. I thought it had a debug prompt. But if we do like provider name, all right, so now we're actually in the process. We have access to like all of its variables. It's pretty slick. Um, oh, I bet you because my prompt, I have a custom prompt. Let's find out. PowerShell, no pro should be good enough. That was not good enough. CMD PowerShell. Okay. So now, sorry, this is really just for my own curiosity. DeploymentLab, build, verbose, debug. Oh, interesting. The prompt gets an extra, so like now we're in the process. The prompt gets an extra little thingy. All right, that's a lesson for another time. I want to update my profile so it is like debug context aware. Add like a little debug like block here or something. That'd be pretty cool. Or more likely over here. Anyways, so yeah, provider name. Why? Let's check this out. So we got provider name is not or is not. If provider name is not equal to blank or blank, so this should return true. Wait. This is confusing. Wait, why would this return true? It's not equal to, what if we wrap this like, provider name is not equal to VirtualBox. Why? Let's just run this. Am I like totally, is this like a fucking like super dumb mistake on my part? This has got to be a stupid dumb mistake on my part. Like this is basic logic. What am I missing here? Why do I not understand how ORs work? Okay, so provider name is equal, not equal to VirtualBox. Say it's true. Or, oh, no matter what, it's going to return false. Because I think false trumps true. So the fact that one of these statements is false, it just bombs out on. Okay, so how do we do this? That doesn't make sense. Man, this is like some PowerShell 101 stuff here. PowerShell or statements. Like, what am I missing? That's not helpful. Let's think here. I should probably be talking through this, but there's also a fire truck outside my house, and that's distracting me. What sucks is I know there are people, assuming anybody's watching this video in the first place, there are people who are yelling at their screen of like, oh my God, Jared, like, it's obviously X. For those people, you can actually just like, there's a time bar at the bottom of the video. You can just like skip ahead. I don't know, let's call it like 30 minutes, and maybe I'll be done figuring this out. All right, false or false. If see, what sucks is it's we're dealing with like double negatives here. Like negative cases in like logic always throws me off. All right. If provider name not equal VirtualBox, false. Shit. Wait. What if we do this? What if we do this, right? Like, let's rewrite this statement. And we're going to put a not here. All right, what if we change this so that it doesn't equal? All right, that'll work. That'll fix it. Man, I feel sorry about those guys that are skipping like 30 minutes ahead in this video. Obviously, I figured it out immediately. I don't know, there's probably an easier way to do this, but whatever. We're going to replace that. No, actually, let's fix that. All right, cool. Let's double check something. I think I may have some extra. That seems like too many parens. Let's find out, shall we? Doink, doink, doink. That's what we expect, right? Great. Let's do that. It's just a wee bit cleaner. While not true, that should probably work. We'll replace this. All right. Next check. And not check. I wonder if I could take out these. I wonder if that's unnecessary. Anyways. Save that. And let's rerun. Let's take out our, oh, we won't specify the debug flag. That should be good enough. So here, if we do exit, we actually are exiting out of the debug session. And we continue with our script. So pretty cool. Yeah, that right debug is pretty slick. So let's do this. Now we're not doing our debug. But if we do like VMware Workstation, no, that is, oh crap, because we're only checking if Workstation's installed. It is, we don't actually have the plugin. Let's do this. This is using PowerShell for what it offers us. Did I screw up my logic there? Let's go to, oh, your debug. Why? Why are you stuck? What if we delete you? No, I would not like to restart it. I think we're good. All right, let's restart VS Code again because I don't have my good definition thing anymore, and I kind of rely on that. I don't know why VS Code's giving me so many issues today. Code. Oh my God, we've been doing this an hour already. Okay, there we go. Go to definition. All right. Say what? Hey, I found another bug. Check VMware Vagrant plugin installed. Okay, yeah, so we actually do need that logic. Whatevs. So yeah, we want to make sure that check VMware Vagrant plugin installed only runs if we've already checked to make sure VMware Workstation is installed. That makes sense. So let's undo everything we did. Wait, I'm Control Z and nothing is happening. Oh, new session. That's right. That's right. That's right. Boink. All right, that should be back to normal. What are you upset about? Missing statement block after if. No. Oh, yep. There we go. Cool. All right, so we are totally sidetracked here. Let's check. What happened last time we tried to run Workstation? Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. We tried to run Workstation and it ran, and we did not want that. So the most convoluted if statement. Okay, so if provider name equals VirtualBox and check VirtualBox installed returns false or is not true. It's not true. Yes. Now we want to check and not. Man, how did this get so complicated? And not. And check VMware Vagrant plugin installed. Do I have to do that? All right. Let's see here. Tap that in just because. Is not available is going to be a better word here because if the Vagrant plugin check fails, it's not that the provider name isn't installed, it's just not available. All right, let's see if this mess works. Nope, that totally did not work. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take this out for now. It's not a feature that the original script has. And we're kind of filtering for human error anyways. So, you know, if someone wants to get clever and actually tries to input VirtualBox here, then you know, it's all good. They can deal with that. Let's rerun this, see what happens. VMware Workstation. Wait, we know that's going to work because it's just going to skip this. What if we add like, here's what we need to test. What if we do like just something that doesn't, yeah. All right, that should work. So VirtualBox, right? There we go. Cool. All right, so that fixes that as far as I'm concerned. Let's go and do another commit. Git add, build up PS1, git commit. Fixed provider prompt. Next up, doink, doink. Cool. Excuse me. So we fix that. Yeah, let's do. This is an easy fix. Select string not created. Wonder if we can select wildcards. That'd be one way of doing it. Let's see. Vagrant status. Oh, we're actually in the Vagrant folder. Good save. All right, so select string not created. Negative. Probably also not going to work. I bet select string has, God forbid, regex that we can use. Text patterns. However, you can direct it to detect multiple matches per line, display text before and after each line, or only display only a Boolean value that indicates whether a match was found. Select string uses regular expression matching, son of a bitch. But it can also perform a simple match that searches the input for the text that you specify. That, yeah. Select string can display all of the text matches or stop after the first match. It can also display all the text that does not match the specified pattern. You can specify that select string should expect a particular character encoding. Oh, that's pretty cool. Simple match. I like the sound of that. Because I know typically match is like the PowerShell, like you got to use regex, crud, examples. Select string pattern hello case sensitive path pattern the path pattern at. This command searches the Windows PowerShell conceptual help files for information about the use of the @sign. It's a really odd example. Simple function, blah, blah, input object pattern, failed, pattern Microsoft. Pattern logon failed. Really, none of their examples include like regex? Wait. Phooey. Oh man, we're gonna have to do some regex. Okay, yeah, that check for alphanumeric space. No, I mean like I really just need like to find a space. Remove multiple underscores. That's probably not going to help us much. Just pick one at random. All right, so this is a cool site. Let me zoom in here. Is there like a fucking version PowerShell? I don't know. So we want to match not. So let's do not created, not created. Okay, so that actually matches everything. What about a single character in a range? I don't know. What does plus do? Matches between 1 and unlimited times. Gotcha. So let's, I don't know, replace this with created. All right. The heck does any of this do? Matches any word equal to A to Z. That actually, not capturing group. Do we need this? Can we just do... Now, what if we do that, right? Because that's a space and that's a dash. What if we change this dash to underscore? Oh my God, we are regexing the shit out of this. All right, so that star was like repeating, and we don't, there should only be one space or underscore. Like a regex master. What does this plus do? Do we need this plus? Matches between 1 and limited times. No, we don't. We want 1 time. Asserts position at end of line. Asserts position at start of line. So that should catch anything. I don't know. Let's get this a shot. This is super slick. All right. So we're going to do string equals not created. Oh, you know what? Actually, here we're going to do. Do we already do vagrant status? Okay, so we're going to do like output equals, and then the output from this. That way we don't have to run this over and over and over again, and we can just capture it once and then play with our output. So our output should be the output. Great. Now we're going to do select string, pattern, and this. Is that how this works? All right. Is it just going to match everything? Oh man, I think we nailed this in one. How freaking great is this? All right, so let's take our output, right? We're gonna cheat a little bit here. We're gonna change some of these to underscores. No, I don't want to save that. I just need to copy that. All right. I think we do absolute strings with at equals, at or at paren. There we go. Uh-oh, is it like that? Nope. No characters are allowed after a here string. Ah, gotcha. Yep. Delete all this crap. There we go. We go down one, then we go down another. And how do we close this out? Like that. There we go. All right, so our output is now this block. Great. All right, so that doesn't work. That works. What if we take out our underscore? No, we may have done something wrong here. What have we done? Why is that working? Is it, oh, it's seeing the whole thing as one string, right? What if we do, oh no, that's not, crap. All right, how do we fix this? How do we try this out? We need this as file. Okay, here's what we'll do. We're gonna call this demo.txt. I'm gonna put this on our desktop. Okay, so the problem here is this is all, it's not reading this as individual lines, which I think is what select string needs to work off of. So it's just matching, like, it sees this as one big string, which isn't what we want. I'm sure there's other ways I could do this, but right now all I'm going to do is do output equals get content, and then my desktop demo.txt. So now if we do output one, there we go. Now they're all each individual lines. Okay, let's try this again. Ah, sweet. Yes. All right. That was the easiest like experience with regex I've ever had in my entire life. So if we delete that, then we should only get 2. Man, so cool. All right. Frickin' done. We use regex like a smart person. Only smart people use regex. Let's go ahead and replace that. Or desperate people, I guess. Cool, that should work. Let's go ahead and get add, get commit. Fix for not. Fix for not created versus not created in vagrant status. All right. What else do we got to do? Heck yeah. Crushed it. Provider name. Okay, let's fix this real quick. This is going to be an easy fix. Because we are going to change Oh, we moved that all down to the bottom, right? The if statement where we swap out the Packer provider name. Yeah. So can we? Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Let's do here, and then we can change all occurrences. Motherfucker. Oh, okay. Wait. No, we got it. No, that's not going to change it. Oh, we'll have to do this lazy way. All right. Let's do this. Packer provider. That's my new favorite trick. I think I've done that once already in this. You just start adding stuff and like typing. Editors are cool. All right. Now we are just looking for provider. All right. Damn it. There's probably a regex where I can be like, you know, does not contain name. Here we go. Replace that. What else? There are a couple of other. Yep, there we go. Replace that. Replace that. Wait, nope. Gonna leave that same. Shit. Actually, did I do this backwards? If provider name equals VMware. No, that's right. That's right. Oh, this is a really useful view. There we go. Man, should have been using this the whole time. Needs to be equal. So if provider name equals VMware. So this is the download boxes. Yep. Nope, that's right. And this is a separate issue, I think. Right? Am I totally like screwing everything up here? What am I even doing? Let's see. Provider name equals null. Provider name equals Packer provider equals VMware. All right, so that's download boxes, right? Download boxes. All right, running if provider name equals VMware. All right, I think that's right. Also, we could simplify those. Let's do that. That way we only define this once. And we're going to take this and do this and this. There we go. I haven't used test path over here. I don't know why I messed up on the Packer exe. Okay, so this should all work. Um, I think that fixes the issue. Yes. All right. What else do we got? Yep. Great find, easy fix. Let's do a git commit real quick so that I like the reason I'm doing git commits like per fix is so that hopefully it makes it a little bit easier for him to match like code changes to the issues that he found. Uh, update references. Oh yeah, need to git add build and then git commit. Okay. This is an easy fix. We're going to go and there we go. You know, it's weird. I tested the downloads and this actually worked. Like it didn't bomb out. Ah, weird. Might be some sort of edge case that's super hard to test. Okay, so we did that. Oh shit. Yeah, we messed up there. We did two things on that last one. We never committed. Oh well. Uh, sorry about that, Chris. Sorry, totally spaced out. Okay, so we just fixed the hash thing, right? So git add build, git commit, fixed hash check. All right, so we already did that. This test should only run with Vagrant only, which is the Packer version. So let's look Packer version. Great. We're actually going to just move this up here. So now it's all just part of this script up here. So if not Vagrant only, we're going to check if Packer is installed. We're also going to check if the Packer version is bad. Nice. That way we're not like doing two if statements for the same thing. Let's add our commit, git add, build, git commit, fixed Packer version check logic. Only check Packer version if not Vagrant only. There, that makes much more sense. What do we got down here? Anything else? Ran into this. Oh, that's why we did. Yeah, that was multiple fixes when we changed. Let me make sure we fix that. I think when we switched this all to like Packer provider and stuff, I think we fixed this, but let's see. So he was running Vagrant up host. What does plus mean? Oh, cancel. Vagrant up host, and that runs attempting to bring up, blah, blah. So that passes in the provider. And actually, we want to make sure that VMware Workstation, not VMware, is passed in. So we need to make sure that this is provider name, not Packer provider. And I think it may have screwed that up. So let's check. Okay. Yeah, we actually haven't fixed this. So this should be provider name. Git add, git commit, fixes vagrant up for provider VMware Workstation. Let's see. All right, so we've already, oh, this is like in a different order. This is, oh, so I guess the other view was the timeline kind of based order. This is in the order of the file. So we already fixed that, right? This was where if the parameter, if we didn't provide a provider name, it didn't like display the list. Let's start at the top here just to make sure that we didn't miss anything. All right, so we fixed that. We fixed that. We fixed that. Get item. What a dumb thing for me to do. I should know better. It needs to be equal for VMware Workstation. So this is where we also fixed the, yeah, because we did instead of provider name, we're relying on Packer provider. When I use commander as terminal, I get blah, blah, blah. This should only be run. Okay, so I think we're done. I want to run through some tests before I, like, you know, say this is done, because we did change a lot about this. So, how do we want to do this? Let's go back, chime in on this. Thanks again for adding this. Left view would also be nice. Oh, that was the other thing we need to fix, right? So nice to find a way to return to the detection lab directory if the script failed for whatever reason. While testing, I found it ended up in the vagrant or Packer directories when the script errored out. And when I would hit the error, it would totally not work. Totally fine. Here's how we're going to do this. How are we going to do this? A couple things we can do here. Okay, I know exactly how we might do this. So one of the things that we can do is we're going to look for every case where we break out, right? And before we break, we're going to set location to home directory. Let's call it, wait, didn't we have we already have a variable for this, right? It's like DL PWD or something, DLDIR. Nice. All right. Just reuse that. We'll find that other one eventually. Set location DLDIR. Set location DLDIR. Set location is the alias that CD points to. Where on earth did that other set location go to? Did that like start at the bottom or something? Yeah, yeah. Set location. We'll just replace all that with that. Yeah, so we should be good. Let's go through, make sure we didn't miss any. Great. Now, the other thing I want to do is we can actually catch control break in a PowerShell script. Well, we can do it in .NET, and so we should be able to do it in a PowerShell script. And I think I'm going to want to do that up here, but let's do some research. I just Googled Google again. I think I did that once on this video series already. PowerShell Control C. So I could wrap the whole thing in a try block. That would suck. I could poll for user input, but that would suck. Let me make sure that. All right. What is the stopping property? I don't know. Property. Scopes, exit, return, break. Well, that the exit keyword is used to exit from context. So we'll exit the currently running context when you're. This means that if you use this keyword in a script and launch the script directly in your console, it will exit both the script and the console since they're both running in the same console. Or if you use the X word keyword in a function, it will exit script, not the entire console. The exit keyword is best used in functions when those functions are called in a script. It is an easy way to terminate the execution of functions. Break differs from both. Although it's most similar to return, break is generally used in loops and switches. Oh, that might be another bug we can fix. All right, not what we were looking for though. In different ways. You suck. PowerShell catch Control C. Yeah, see, I don't want to like wrap the whole thing in a while loop. PowerShell run on exit. That is some frickin' ASCII art. All right, get it out of the function running in script block like this. Register engine event PowerShell.xname. What? Is that actually a thing? Oh, that looks cool. What the heck does this do? Sorry, zoom this in for you. Subscribes to events that are generated by the PowerShell engine. You can use this commandlet to subscribe to the exiting engine event and events generated by the new event commandlet. These events are automatically added to your event queue in your session without subscribing. However, subscribing lets you forward events, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if this has value as a persistence technique. I mean, it would have to be within the scope of the process, but like, I don't know if you I'll have to play around with that. Required parameters, options, forward, max trigger count, message data, support event, input. So yeah, I think. When was this added to PowerShell? How would we find that out? Notes. Yeah, in the event subscription. So it had to be within the current session. Not terribly valuable, but pretty cool. All right, so all right. I think this is pretty cool. So up here, let's see, once we define our dir and all that, we can do this. I wonder, that may actually, so we don't have to do all the breaks and stuff, all the 15 lines where we like added the set location. I think we can just do this. Let's try this first. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna do this here. No, because then we'd end up with an extra line. God bless it. You know, if I knew regex, I could probably just regex this. I don't want to push my regex luck today, though. Undo all this garbage. Oh, no, that's not. There we go. All right. Let's see if this works. This could be pretty cool. Wrong slash. Wait. Yeah, that's right. Verbose. That's not a positive sign. It's not auto-completing. That means the script is broken. Script is missing in Terminator. I must have deleted something I shouldn't have. Oh, phooey. That's not helpful at all. Do we have any place where you're complaining? No. No errors. Okay, so I think I deleted a bracket where I shouldn't have. So let's look at all of our breaks. Break, 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 break. Have we already gone through all these? Yeah. I wonder if we launch it in the debugger, is that gonna... String is missing a terminator. Why is... Well, it has... No, because that's the last string, so... Yeah, I don't think this is actually where the terminator is missing. Huh, terminator. Yeah, because we didn't mess with anything down here. So right now I'm just eyeballing brackets and trying to eyeball quotes as well, because that's, typically where. All right, just in case, let's, we did add this, so let's see if maybe it's what's screwing us up. Yep. All right, so there's something about that we're not. Okay. Register engine event. We're not doing this right. Let's see what Google has to say. None of this is helpful. What if we try Googling the actual, error that we got? Uh, Wait, no, there were no strings in there that would have. What? Oh, you know what? Yep. So that's a smart dash. That's a normal dash. That's what we get for copying and pasting code. Yep. Great, great, great. So if we do verbose, okay, we'll have to out and all that. Let's do VirtualBox. Now I know. Checking for Vagrant instances. So it's CD'd into Vagrant at this point. Let's cancel out. No, it's still. It's not catching Control C. So actually this doesn't work. Seemed very promising. Control C. Some research found out that if you want to capture console close event in C#, blah, blah, it's all about like actually closing the window. Control-C. Oh! We may just need to add a second. Well, I've already ruined my ability to copy paste that last thing I just copied. All right, let's try this. Nope. State, not started. Wonder what that's about. Let's look at that last guy's code. He seemed to know what he was talking about. Register object event. Action. Man, this guy knows what's up. He's a much better PowerShell person than I am. I don't feel that I set the bar particularly high, but you know. Control action. I mean, I totally screwed up all that logic stuff earlier. Like that's programming noob stuff. This eventing stuff is really cool though, if it works the way I would like it to work. Check Packer. Okay, just wanted to make sure I wasn't like totally off on what I'm trying to do here. Crap, now I have to go back to where we were. All right. Man, I think we're on to something. Why isn't this working? All right, back to Google. I think we're onto something here. Should be pretty cool. Let's try like Control-C. Maybe that will help our. How to get a Unix like on exit. What is support event? I don't know. Let's try pasting that in and see what happens. Those guys also seem to know what they're talking about. Or ladies, I actually didn't look at the username. Verbose, provider name, virtual box. Let's exit this. I think I have like a ton of events registered in this session. PowerShell, CD repos, detection lab. Why is it only registering one event? Wait. I think that actually worked. Oh, I think if I do like Vagrant. No, okay. Here's another way we can test this. We can do /build lab verbose. Then exit out. Nope, that didn't work. I just happened to catch it at a good time. Yep. Well, bummer. Wait, does it just break? Like, register event. All right, let's try this again. I swear it sort of worked. Repos, detection lab. Nope. Okay, so it doesn't work. We played ourselves. Get PS, was it jobs? Get job. State failed. Get job 2. No more data, just state failed. Oh, is it only if PowerShell actually exits? Let's undo this and do run command on script exit PowerShell. Try catch finally, try catch finally. Run script on PowerShell exit, but I don't want. to run it on PowerShell exit, I want to run it when the script exits. Do we already visit this? Yeah. All right. We're getting pretty close to the 2-hour mark, so I might postpone this. I may reach out to some of my smart PowerShell friends to see if they can offer some advice. Yeah, see, it is correct. You just copied and pasted it. That was the error that we were running. Okay, if you're looking for real-time chat. All right, totally distracted at this point. Let's stop that. Let's register object event. We were looking at that earlier, right? Subscribes to events generated by the Microsoft.NET framework. So register object event. Okay, so that's why we were getting job objects. If it's registering the job in the scope of the process, that's not what we want, because that would alter the way the console's behaving, and that's not a cool thing to do. So we want to make sure that we are limited to like the actual script that we're running in. All right. I think this is where we're going to stop for now. I'm going to, outside of this, I'm going to run the script and make sure that it still does everything, that we didn't like introduce any new errors. So we'll at least be aware of that. And I'm using, oh, you know what? We're changing all sorts of crap, and our next commit's going to be messy. What have we modified? Nothing, according to this. I don't feel that is accurate. Okay, so fixed a lot of bugs. We need to figure out how to exit cleanly and change directory back to the root directory. But we're gonna, like I said, go ahead and run the script, see what errors we've introduced, because I'm sure we've introduced a couple. And when we come back, we will try to fix that directory thing. I have no idea how to sign off on this stuff. Like, have a good day. Like, I hope you're having a pleasant day, and thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends. You know what? Maybe wait to tell your friends until like I'm finished, because like right now it's just me floundering and kind of making a fool of myself. We've learned some cool stuff though. I mean, like that write debug thing was cool. And this register events thing can be cool. Like even if it doesn't work for what we're looking to do, like it's still pretty cool. Oh, let's go ahead and commit these up. or push these up. Status. Really, have I not changed my... Oh, because I removed... Have I not saved this file? Like, why isn't... Wait. Did I remove all that eventing stuff? Yeah, alright, well. Let's comment this out for now. We'll save it. So now we should have... Great, so git add, build, git commit, on returning. Great. Git push. Oh no. Oh, we have made a terrible mistake. We're back at this. Git pull. I don't know what. I just did a pull. I'm not merging anything. Fixing. Oh, fucking Vim. Fixing problems identified by clong at clong. Then was it like colon? No, not colon. It's escape colon right Q bang. Hell yeah. Oh, fuck. What happened? Oh, I think it merged with everything. Man. All right, so maybe we can get push now. Gets so confusing. Get push. Get status. Make sure we actually get push. All right. Now let's see. I think this actually will automatically post over to here. Let's find out. Okay, cool. Thanks for the great feedback. But am still working on returning to the So this isn't ready to merge yet, but I'd appreciate any feedback you have on what's been committed. Any feedback on these recent commits. All right, I think we're good. I sound like a pleasant person, which is very important to me. Comment, not closing comment. What was Fix vagrant up provider. There's the Packer check. Change to. So the $sign. I don't think you can use $sign in commit messages because remember we had a commit. Let me go through. Fixed hash check. There we go. So change provider to Packer provider for clarity and update references. It totally dropped those $sign. Like, yeah. Doop. Oh, one thing. Looks like the commit message for this got messed up. What I decided to do. Cool. Make sure I did my markdown right. Great. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, I'm actually going to post this and then start my builds, and we'll see if we break anything in the meantime. All right. Have a good night or afternoon. Sweet dreams, and we'll see you next time.